Shalom. All praises to Yahweh Hashem Yeshua B'Hashem Kodesh. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of GMS, or the true leaders of Israel today. And salutations to all the Akim who do this work in truth and sincerity, who are risking their lives and their freedoms to do so, as well as the scattered Israelites who come looking like the heathen, but are not by way of their forefathers, seeds, or Israelite men. The true name of the Most High is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahweh Shai. And the Lord's holy chosen people are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, as we're the ones who suffer under the curses in the book of Deuteronomy. My name is Akali, and I'm from GMS Jamaica Kingston Camp. And this video is about Esau Edom's new system that will be coming in, which is his NWO agenda. And at the pinnacle of that NWO agenda is the microchip, which is the mark of the beast. All right. So the other day I did a video and I mentioned something about China and China's social credit system. And I remember speaking to a brother who watched the video and he mentioned it. And I did a quick Google search on it to just read up more on it. And I was like, oh, well, you know, this looks quite interesting, or at least it's interesting to me. And so now I'm just going to tap into it, because the system over there in China is the kind of system that will be coming worldwide, right? Now, the social credit system itself in China, you know, there have been some news articles about it, okay? And it's something that's been going on for a while. But, you know, people around the world aren't privy to it, or they feel that, oh, because China is a certain kind of country, that it would be something that would only affect them, but it's unfathomable to affect over here in the West, especially, right? But the thing is, with this new system that's coming in, when you understand how the microchip is coming in, which is the mark of the beast, and the functions of everything behind the entire system, you can see why it is that the elite of Esau Edom, the Edomites are the so-called white people, they rule the world today. Their ruling class, their elite, why they would choose China first, because China, at a certain point, had the world's largest population. So you would want to test these systems on a very large population, right? Now, the current largest population in the world is India. And when you look at what's going on with India, they have been pushing their digital identity framework in India. They have been digitizing India. They have been, they've started the CBDC digital rupee as well, right? Because the digital identification systems and the digital currency coming in, the central bank digital currency, that's all going to be tied into and merged onto the microchip. Because the prophecy in the Revelation chapter 13, verse 17 says, and that no man might buy or sell if he had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So it has to do with buying and selling, hence the digital currency that's coming in. But the system itself also has many other things behind it, right? Because Esau Edom, the so-called white man, his intention with his NWO is to bring in a new system that is a different kind of slavery system than before. All right, it's going to be their new, quote-unquote, modernized slavery system, where they will be able to have full control over the people. They do have some control over the people right now, but what they do know is that they have to accomplish certain things. They want to consolidate the entire world under one banner. That's why a part of their NWO agenda is to have a one world currency, a one world government, a one world religion. They also want to call the population, because for them, as men in flesh on this earth, they know that based on their decades of experience with dealing with the world and the people and everything, they are not able at their level to manage a very large world population. They know that they need to reduce it. And so that's going to be a part of their agenda as well. Okay. And I want to bring this out in 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except that there come a falling away first, and that the son of sin, that the man of sin be revealed the son of perdition, which is talking about these Edomites, these so-called white people, okay, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, shewing himself that he is a God, right? So this is how they see themselves, because they're in their blessing, they're in their rulership, and things have been working for them since they came back into rulership during the Renaissance period. Everything has been working for the Edomites. All the steps that they've been taking, all of the ways how they do it, which is by way of wickedness, it has worked for them. So they're extraordinarily puffed up. They're filled with pride, right? And so the pride has hit the level where they think that they are gods, right? And that no one can stop them. But in the book of Obadiah, it says that the pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks. And the Lord says further down that he will bring them down, right? But this is a very proud man. And so now, since he sees himself as a god, he feels like a god. He wants to act like the Most High, point blank, okay? So what the microchip will do is that when it's inserted inside of people, they will know what you're doing when you're doing it. They will have full control over you. They will be able to dictate how you live completely. They already do that to a certain level. These things are already in place, but it's going to be a worse, higher level of slavery kind of system. All right. And this social credit system from China shows you what they are intending to implement. Salakio. All right, so let's take a look. Let's just look at this, the title of this article from November 20th, 2022. China's social credit system ranks citizens and punishes them with throttled internet speeds and flight bans if the party deems them trustworthy. And you see that word right there? That word is the reason why people around the rest of the world, especially over here in the West, they think that this won't affect them, but it's going to come. You have to look at shows like Minority Report to see the kind of system that they intend to bring in, a surveillance tracking system, right? And you will already be connected by way of the digital identification system, right? Everything's going to be completely digitized. So with the surveillance system, which is what they have over there in China right now, that goes hand in hand with this social credit system, anywhere you go, your face is taken, they'll be able to track it. It's automatically going to be in the system, and then they'll be able to see your name and everything. And there's a television show that has now been canceled called Westworld, where in Westworld they showed you as well the intentions of the system that they want to bring in, right? I mean, if you're really taking that system, you'll be able to see many parallels, okay? But this article right here from Velocity Global, this is from October 6, 2023. And this is the Chinese social credit system, what to know as a business owner. All right, so it's about businesses and it talks about individuals. I want to go to the part that talks about individuals. All right. So it says here, the goal, China's social credit system explained. China created the social credit system, which is sometimes referred to, etc., to function as a unified record system that measures businesses, individuals, and government entities to evaluate their trustworthiness. The goal of the Chinese social credit system is to regulate social behavior and ensure that those being documented remain trustworthy through actions like paying bills on time, abiding by the law, and reporting financial data accurately. All right, so social credit system versus corporate system, because they have the social credit score system over there in America, where it's based off of finances, right? Where if you don't pay off your credit, then you won't be able to have access to loans or I believe grants or whatever else. But this is a different kind of social credit system. All right. Literally the word says it's social credit system. This is like individual behavior and then how it affects your daily life. All right. So we have to get into it. So it mentions with companies. Okay, but I want to find the part where it talks about individuals. So here it goes. How does the social credit system work? What impacts social credit scores? So in China, if you donate to charity, if you donate blood, if you help the poor, if you clean up the neighborhood, if you take care of aging family members, your social credit score will increase. If you cheat or jaywalk or do drunk driving or you steal, your social credit score is affected negatively. All right. So it says those with a good social credit score are considered trustworthy and receive perks such as waived rent deposits, tax breaks, work promotions, or cheaper fares for public transportation. Those with a bad social credit score receive penalties in the form of things like loan denials, restricted travel, or even public shaming, right? So think about that. All right, with the social credit score, though I do know that many people in this world would think about, oh, but that's good. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, the lack of freedom or perceived freedom that one has. It's these things are being taken away, and they are, what would be the word? It's becoming more governed, I'd say. Like, when the government takes charge of certain things, right now you have certain freedom. Okay, before I get into, oh, actually, let me read the one on Wikipedia. So on Wikipedia, social credit system. Now, Wikipedia is a place that you're not really supposed to use as your source of information, but it has improved. That's at least what they taught me in a college in America. We weren't allowed to use it, but Wikipedia does always provide their links as to the sources rather. But anyway, let's go to implementation, right? We want to look at the implementation and we want to read about individuals. So it talks about a financial credit reporting, red list, it has black list. For individuals, okay, as of 2020, individuals receive 10.3% of all enforcement actions. All right. The dealing of a social credit system with individuals focuses on the financial trustworthiness of individual citizens. The dealing of the system with individuals is primarily focused on debt repayment, though major violations of the law have also been sanctioned. Okay. So, in addition to dishonest and fraudulent financial behavior, which is what over here in the West we're already accustomed to, right? There has been proposals in some cities to officially list behaviors as negative factors of credit ratings, including playing loud music or eating in rapid transits, violating traffic rules such as jaywalking and red light violations, making reservations at restaurants or hotels but not showing up, failing to correctly sort personal waste, fraudulently using other people's public transportation ID, etc. On the other hand, including behavior listed as positive factors such as donating blood, donating to charity, volunteering for community service, praising government efforts on social media, and so on. All right. So some of these things, right? If you have a law in place, right? I mean, if you jaywalk, you can put yourself and the driver in danger, and then it can cause a death if such, stuff like that. But when it comes to something like playing loud music, or eating in rapid transits, or maybe if you accidentally didn't sort your waste correctly, you know, stuff like that. Those are really weird. Or making a reservation at a restaurant or hotel. Those are really weird things, right? Those are things that are like common occurrences that happen to people in their daily lives, and it's not like something that's intentional. But it goes to show you the kind of system that they're bringing in, where they're tightening, they're making things more restrictive, right? That's why when I say in my videos, it's going to be a worse, tighter kind of slavery system they're bringing in, and I'm sure it's going to be much worse than even what I'm bringing out right now. Okay, and then something like, in order to raise it, donating blood, volunteering for charity, doing community service. Was here's this thing, praising the government on social media, right? So what does that say to you? Your freedom of speech, quote to quote unquote, 'cause, that doesn't really exist. Your freedom of speech, or how you'd like to express yourself on social media, if you were to say something negative about the government, or you were to be say something about a law or anything that's coming in, your social credit score would be hit. And who knows by how many points would it be hit? But it also tracks you in a way to show which members of society are of this mindset and which members of society are of this other mindset. And what Esau Edom wants is that society that is completely with their mindset. All right, which is really wickedness at the end of the day. If you are, so imagine when they bring it out, if you are against, well, first of all, anything that's contrary to the scriptures, which are things that they push, right? If you are against what they are about, your social credit system will naturally just get hit. I'm just foreseeing this talking as a man. Okay. So, yes, in this kind of way it's coming. But then you may be wondering, okay, well, the social credit score and all of that kind of stuff, you talk about the microchip and everything, but is it something that you really think would be coming along? Well, yes, because of their sustainable development goals, which is really a mask for their NWO agenda, right? Because when you look at the sustainable development goals, they all look good and they all look perfect and great. Well, not no, they don't actually. That's a lie. But some things look good, like when they say no poverty, no hunger, good health, quality education, and then it gets really bad, because gender equality is against the scriptures. Then they have clean water and sanitation, affordable and clean energy, etc. Right? So some things are good, some things look good, but some things look bad. All right, but really it's the ulterior motives behind it, bringing in this new system. And a part of bringing in this new system, this whole agenda 2030 thing, is their digital identity framework, which comes along with it. And that is something that the United Nations have been pushing, and here it is right here, right? Digital legal ID model governance framework, which includes the legal and regulatory framework, capable institutions, data protection and privacy, user value, etc. But it talks about also accountability and the rule of law. So what is accountability and rule of law? Accountability, individuals, businesses, right? I remember in the prophecy says buy or sell. It is individuals that buy from businesses who sell, right? So it's all a part of it. And so you can only imagine how the social credit system will go into it as well, you know? But hold on, let's see. Okay, so here it is. They have this entire system, the sustainable development goals. It's about a digital transformation, right? So it's that same thing, the digital identities, the digital currency, right? The surveillance of people around the world. All right, it's just going to be way worse. All right, so anyway, just showing all of that, we will all see it in due time, and we'll see how the devil brings it along, right? But what they must know is this, that the triumphing, because they're going to bring in their system and it's going to look really bad, or it's going to be bad for those that believe in Yahweh Hashem Yeshai, but they will triumphant, no, triumphing. In Job chapter 20 and verse 5, verse 4, knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment? Though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach unto the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? Right. So the thing is, with this system, I have heard like individuals talking about how they're excited to like be microchipped, so there is a portion of the world that is going to be along with it, but there's going to be a portion which is going to be against it, which are the elect of the nation of Israel. And Esau Edom, his NWO agenda is going to come in, and it's going to be, very awful for those that do believe in Yahweh Shemishai, but everything is going to be okay at the end of the day, because it will all fail, right? His NWO agenda shall come to naught, as it says, in the fullness of his sufficiency, further down below, verse 22, in the fullness of his sufficiency he shall be in straits, every hand of the wicked shall come upon him, when he's about to fill his belly. So the system is going to come in, okay? Yahweh Shemishai shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall eat it upon him while he is reigning. So when he's about to fill his belly, so when he's about to feel like he's accomplished what he set out to accomplish after working on it for so many decades, that's when all of a sudden Yahushua is just going to return. And by the way, in the midst of all of that, World War III would have been going on as well. But then at that point, when Yahushua returns, the missiles will be on their way to destroy America, which is Mr. Babylon the Great. All right, so anyway, this was just a little look at the kind of system that they do intend to bring in, you know, overall for the elect of the nation of Israel, it is nothing for the hopeful elect to worry about, you know. But yeah, with that, all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shem Yeshua B'Shemka Kodesh. Shalom.